we have for the TeacupDragon versus CelticGuardian, it is an Argenport. I wouldn't call it a mirror match, but they're both Argenport deck lists. CelticGuardian on a unseen tribal list, calling it 31 ninjas and some dude. And then Argenport Pauper here from TeacupDragon as well, with just a more traditional kind of list, a lot of revenge things, Here Are the People, that kind of thing. And it looks like Celtic and TeacupDragon are here ready to go. So we're going to do them first. And I will get the deck lists up for everybody in a moment. I will watch from CelticGuardian's side, and we'll be good to go. And then when Fish Spider and Dectalon are ready afterwards, you can challenge and wait, and I will be there as soon as we're done these matches. So please challenge and be ready. Thank you. Good luck. Good luck to everybody.
Look inward.
Really appreciate Dectalon waiting. The deck lists are not up right now for those two because we were going to have Dectalon versus Fish Spider, but there was a lot of delays on one side. So poor Dectalon's been waiting very kindly. Alright. And Teacup is starting off aggressive here, slamming in right away with Berserk. Great hit on the Tranquil Scholar. Oh no, and leading it up with a Here Are the People. I was going to say, CelticGuardian's probably going to decide to kill that, because that's a very dangerous card to see. And now a Reborn Master, which has the potential to just eat this Tranquil Scholar for free. Wow, double damage rolled on it. Alright, we've got a lot of like very random effects on both sides of the board here. And it's going to come down a lot to like what comes off of Tranquil Scholar, what comes off of the Outcast Elite. I was going to say, I wonder if CelticGuardian actually blocks here, but apparently yes. I was expecting that maybe you'd be a little bit worried about Pump Spell or something. They do have deck lists for each other, and as I look at the deck list for TeacupDragon, she doesn't actually have any, like, Finest Hours or anything like that, so fair enough. There we go, though. Got the Berserk Smuggler. I imagine a 3/3 double damage is getting through here. And it looks like CelticGuardian's deciding whether or not to, like, Deadly Confrontation or Slay. Goes for, oh, wow, Ripknife Assassin with Killer. Incredible. Celtic decides to throw it away to attack. I'm not sure about that. I mean, it does let the 3 damage get through no matter what. Well, 6 damage get through no matter what, but with a bunch of removal spells here, it kind of made sense maybe to hold back just a little bit, I was thinking. And call the deck. Like, plus it feels like, I don't know, to me, Ripknife Assassin having the Warcry feels really good to have sticking around. I don't think you can play Switchblade. I think that you just need to slay that and just get in. Or Deadly Confrontation. That's a fair enough point. I wanted to hold on to that to get value out of it later, but I think CelticGuardian's line is better because it allows for Slay and a Switchblade on a later turn as long as they draw a single power card.
Look inward.
And Tranquil Scholar with Exalted, which is extremely powerful depending on what it goes on to. Oh, here we go. A Dark Return. Getting back the Berserk Overwhelm Reckless Tranquil Scholar that's a 4/4. The problem is we know that there's a Slay just kind of waiting for it. And I imagine that CelticGuardian just attacks in here? No! Okay, goes for the Slay. I was thinking that they'd save it for the next unit coming down, because right now they don't have a way to deal with this Tranquil Scholar besides just running into it. When she's the scoop! TeacupDragon scoops! Hits killer, just decides to give up the game? I'm stunned. I'm not sure why. Were they facing lethal? Did they think that they didn't have a way to win? They might not have had another unit in their hand. They might have had just like all power and it seemed like a losing proposition, definitely. Yeah, I guess they just didn't have another unit. She didn't have something else to follow it up with. Wow, what a close game, because that looked really scary there to have a 4/4 killer Berserk Overwhelm and a bunch of cards in hand. It definitely looked like it could have gone the other way very quickly, but Celtic Guardian takes down game 1. Now we're going to watch from TeacupDragon's side. Wow, what a tight game. And a kind of a rough hand here for TeacupDragon again. But there we go. Okay, draws the power card. I'm like, it was just a little bit dicey if they don't draw power. Call the deck obviously is going to help with that, fix some of the power there. So she's looking real good now. Here are the people into Hidden Road Smuggler is a lot of stabilization. Could also just kill that Ripknife Assassin. Ripknife Assassin is a lot of pressure early. One of the big things that we haven't seen from TeacupDragon's deck this time that we saw last time were the actual Stone Powder Alchemists. They were an absolute beating against earlier opponent, and not having them here is a little bit rough. Ooh, gets Makar out of the market. And a quick trade here from TeacupDragon, which I absolutely think is correct. I would probably want to kill this rather than play down a Hero of the People. Yeah, and TeacupDragon smartly, I think, decides the same thing. Bisma is a really big threat if you just let it stick around. So answer it fast, don't let it get any abilities, and then it's just a 3/3 and you can just kill it. So that seemed like a really good move. I imagine we're going to get Hero of the People first, and then we've got an Annihilate held up for that Switchblade. What works really well here, too, is the Puma. Oh, wow! TeacupDragon is going for it now rather than later, which I think is a little bit interesting. I might have wanted to hold on to that a little bit. Unfortunate to have that Vara's intervention, because that Hero of the People was about to get real scary, lifesteal and unblockable, and then maybe endurance afterwards. This is kind of the fragility of Hero of the People too, both its power and its fragility, right? If you can manage to get Hero of the People and have it live for a turn, it becomes an unbeatable monster. But if you end up losing it, then suddenly you have nothing. We're going to see an Abduct. Get rid of Zelia the Vane. Ooh, there's not a lot of legends and rares in these decks, remember. So getting a hit like that is really good for TeacupDragon. She'll be very happy about that. Celtic Guardian, less so. Oh man. Celtic has unlimited amounts of removal, it seems, though. It just keeps going and going and going. Gets Berserk again! Is that the third Berserk in a row off Tranquil Scholar? It's incredible. Wow. What a beating. If Celtic Guardian has another unit in hand, it's going to be really hard for TeacupDragon to come back in this fight. I imagine you want a Berserk here. No, just staying safe. There's only 2 cards in hand. One card in hand. I think you just got to go for it at that point. Alright, so this doesn't have Berserk. That, to me, says that Celtic probably didn't have a unit in hand at the time. So at least there's, like, a little bit of breathing room here for TeacupDragon.
Join them.
The buff deck. Are there any buffs in Celtic Guardian's deck? No, neither of these players are actually running like Finest Hours or anything like that. Really, there's no real like combat tricks from either side. Removal, but no combat tricks necessarily. Besides The one exception is TeacupDragon does have this Reinvigorate in their deck, which is obviously pretty big. And man, this is... I mean, you can pump this. You're going to be able to give it a lot of abilities. You can get it past the Tranquil Scholar at least, but it's still facing down 2 different things. And the Devour! Oh! Preventing any of the life gain. Brutal, brutal, brutal play. Absolutely fantastic move by Celtic. Always gotta love getting the Devour to stop some life gain. We do get a Dark Return. Would have been a lot more useful earlier being able to get a Hero of the People and have it be big. Now I think you just grab the Piercing Grief with Destiny, try and draw another card. Yep, absolutely. And there we go. Teacup hitting what they need. Another... Oh, wow. Another Piercing Grief. No attack with the Endurance Flyer. Probably forgot it in the excitement of hitting both of those. Really good move by Teacup. Exactly what they needed. Managed to kind of stabilize here. We just got to see what's happening for abilities on the side of Celtic. And I imagine that Celtic's got to get in with that Ribknife Assassin still. And the big question is, do you just take this? I think the answer is yes. Oh, just a chump block. Wow. That surprises me. And now revenge on that. Oh, another 4-3 with 2 extra abilities. Lifesteal and Endurance? No, double damage! Oh, no! Oh, that is a huge threat. There's gonna be... That's gonna be lethal. Even with blocking the double damage, I think that's enough. Oh, God! Killer on the Exalted as well! Oh, wow! Incredible hits from CelticGuardian. Just steamrolling ability into ability into ability. And TeacupDragon just not getting the draw that we saw earlier from this deck, where it managed to go like Hero of the People into Stone Powder Alchemist and just stop everybody dead in their tracks. Unfortunately, TeacupDragon's draw just was not as good as it was earlier, and definitely decided the game there. Huge difference in the draws, and I mean, very good decks on both sides, really good play on both sides, lots of back and forth, but we just watched CelticGuardian's deck just put on a clinic. Really good draws, and yeah, just hard loss for Teacup. Yeah, frustrating game, of course, Teacup. But you're not out. I mean, that is still just down into the losers bracket. We saw your deck do really well earlier. I'm confident that you can put up some more numbers later on. So you definitely get another chance at it. Well played by both players for sure.